down easily, you're right, but he did there. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Such a highly touted product out of Ohio State. Bosa has not disappointed in the NFL.
Not even close. Rookie of the year, his first season. 12.5 sacks and a Pro Bowl.
And he's going to go down again. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And they'll go with a ground attack here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Rivers sets up the screen to Gordon. And now running right through it. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
By 20, by 90, by 50.
1st down, Vic. And it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again, Vic on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. So the first catch for Jerry Rice, always fun to talk about. His career stats, Charles, they're so good. He leads in so many categories that we can't even get to them all.
Yeah, what do they say? He combines ridiculous statistical supremacy with crazy longevity. How about this? Most receptions, yards, touchdowns, just to name a few of the accolades along the way. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Room to run past midfield, and he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Here's Michael Vick. Well, he cannot get away. Down goes Vick. Corey Legion with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Neal. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They'll run for it. It's Tomlinson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Vic operating on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Going for it all. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. A second down throw for Vic. He's going to take a shot for the end. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Following the interception here, Rivers for the sideline. That's taken in by Allen. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On third down, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Back onto the field comes the offense for the Madden Legends. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
On third down, Vic. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play. Vic now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Here's Vic. Being chased out left. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Vic on second down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Shannon Sharp, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They run with LT. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Tomlinson again, a first down carry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Vick on the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket, and his throw here is incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Vick now. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now Vick on 4th down. Over the middle, complete. It's Gonzalez. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
When Tony Gonzalez makes catches, sometimes I feel bad, like it's almost routine. And that's really not what the deal is. This is a guy who has to work his way open on every...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A little break here after the incompletion. Let's give the kickers from Week 5 some love. We had 4 game-winning kicks. Greg Joseph of the Browns, they beat the Ravens. Stephen Hauschka, the Bills, over the Titans. Fairbairn and OT against the Cowboys. And the best of the best, the game that you did, Charles, Graham Gano. How about that 63-yarder for the win?
Yeah, and it might have been good up to 70. But let's go back to Fairbairn in overtime against the Cowboys. You didn't want to do his first name? You didn't want to say
Kaimi.
There you go. I kind of figured you knew it. But how about Mason Crosby, though, Green Bay? No one could have had a worse day. Had to have been the worst day of his 12-year career. Missed 4 field goals and an extra point before making a meaningless field goal at the end of the ball game. That's something Green Bay's going to have to make sure they get corrected. I count on Mason Crosby to get that done. But last but not least, real quick.
Yeah,
that kid, Greg Joseph.
That was a Phil Necro knuckleball.
Should it have even counted?
Yeah, it should have counted. And the Browns, I feel like they deserve that after some of the tough luck they've had.
Good point.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to stop one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. A big play, Victor Moss, 49 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know, there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.